Welcome, world.
It's the Giving Excellence Show. We got Michael Dunn in the house. He's the creative director. I'm the business strategist. We're back at home in Space Studios.
Back at home.
What do we got in store for us today?
We just want to do what we do. We add value to the people.
Yeah, we bring on local and nationwide talent, whether it's business owners or movers and shakers is what we like to say in the community. But we're just so honored to be here at Space Studios each and every week. We get to shoot some episodes and we get to just share and pour back into the youth and in adults to just give some positive motivation, to share stories and to gravitate people towards being the best people they can be.
Awesome.
And so we got a special guest today. His name is Michael Flusche. He is, well, we'll let him talk about himself, but we're going to title this episode The Power of Networking because that's his specialty. He is a professional schmoozer. He's a schmoozer. So, but his story, his life, his mentorship to me, we have had interesting interactions throughout the business world. How we met was a powerful story, and we can't wait for him to share a little bit about his journey and to hopefully impact someone that might need some help or feels like they might have a role even in the political world. So, without further ado, here's a little snippet about Mike Flusche. He's from DeSoto, Texas, where a lot of business owners come from. It's south of downtown Dallas, and they recently did a promotional video for the DeSoto ISD school district. And, we'll go ahead and air it right now.
Show.
I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Hello, I'm Michael Flusche.
Jelani Ingram.
My name is Amber Fussell-Nor.
My name is Rasan Hatcher.
Bret Hart Jr.
My name is Summer Galvez.
Hello, my name is Rachel L. Proctor.
I am
DeSoto ISD.
Hello, my name is Nadia Cole. I am a senior here at DeSoto High School and I am a thespian.
I'm currently an independent sales director, motivational speaker, and coach with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and I love my life.
I am currently a board-certified family medicine physician specializing in health technology and wellness.
I currently work for United States Senator Ted Cruz, where I get to travel the great state of Texas representing the senator, his policy and legislation.
I currently sit on the DeSoto City Council, where I serve as Mayor Pro Tem.
I am a corporate partner in the law firm of Barnes & Thornburg, which is one of the largest full-service law firms in the United States.
I currently work for DeSoto ISD as the Art Integration Specialist.
I'm currently the Creative Director for Print Media, where we specialize in branding, marketing consulting, and web development.
I retired from the DeSoto Fire Rescue with 37 years of service, retired as fire chief after spending 10 years as fire chief. I'm a 1970 graduate of DeSoto High School.
I'm a 12th grader at DeSoto High School.
I graduated from DeSoto High School in the year 2000.
Graduated from DeSoto High School in 1995.
And I'm the president of the graduating class of 2018.
I'm a 1999 graduate.
That proud class of 1996.
DeSoto High School definitely laid the foundation for me to achieve my dreams.
I am
DeSoto ISD.
I am DeSoto ISD.
I am DeSoto ISD.
I am DeSoto ISD.
I am DeSoto ISD.
I am DeSoto ISD.
I am DeSoto ISD.
Find the pathway to your future here in DeSoto ISD. Magnet applications open December 18, 2017.
Hey, welcome back. This is the Giving Excellence Show. We got Michael Flusche in the house and back with, of course, Michael Dunn, and I'm Sean Dougherty. What a commercial there. It looks like you were a seasoned vet in front of the camera there. What can you tell us about that experience, and could you talk about how you got approached to be a part of that amazing commercial?
how I was approached was just because I'm involved in the community and with the Chamber, Rotary, Lions Clubs, just community activities. So was one of the reasons they wanted to showcase some of the local talent who has cool or interesting or different jobs. And anytime you're in front of the camera, it's always kind of intimidating. So I made sure to practice what did I want to say, what did they want me to say, what was the gist of it. I made sure to ask 20 questions before I got to the shoot.
And we can tell with your presence on there.
So
awesome. You grew up in DeSoto. Now that's an unknown territory for me. Obviously, since I'm new to the area, I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, and live predominantly in Dallas proper. And I know we spoke a lot about how many business-minded people and just great people that have come out of DeSoto ISD. Right. And you went to school there. Can you honestly say that the way you were educated might have been a part of why you're so successful today? Or was it just, it seemed like a blast from the past you just kind of went through? Or was there something great about DeSoto that really shaped you and helped you to be successful today?
Well, I think everybody's individual experience is going to be a little different. I think education is going to be what you make of it.
Right.
One of the things I love about education, no matter what your situation, to me, that's one of the greatest equalizers in the world.
Okay.
No matter what your situation, high end, low end, education can take you out of wherever you are and put you into a totally different type of world or situation or job. Yeah, I'm excited to say I'm from DeSoto. I know one of your other previous guests, Felicia Benton, is from DeSoto, awesome. And I am excited to follow in her footsteps on this show.
Yeah.
Those are big shoes for me to fill.
Yeah, so, she's a beast.
So yeah, anytime I do anything creative or in the entertainment industry, I lean on her for everything, for advice.
That's awesome. And it's funny too how we get different guests on this show. I met Mike Flusche coming in to Enterprise Rent-A-Car and renting cars for me as a manager. And he was always so well put together as far as he was always groomed well. He always dressed nice and just had a great energy about him. We still haven't gotten coffee. Well, yeah, we did. We got coffee. But
it took about
there was
a year.
just something about him, and I didn't notice that we had a connection until my other manager said, "Hey, you really gravitate towards Mike Flusche. You should talk with him and learn about him." And I've always felt like, because you are in politics, we won't get into what sector of politics you're in, but you're a figure and people look up to you. And Mike and I, just to bring him in, have talked about how we would like to build some lasting change as far as in the political limelight. And so not only did your background make me gravitate towards you, but you had some amazing stories to share as far as your spiritual life that have really, filtered you into connecting me with you on a deeper level, being now a part of the 72 initiative. And now it's just amazing to see the cultivation that it's turned into. So I wanted to ask you, Mike, what role does your spiritual life play, or your spiritual demeanor play in your life? How big of an impact has it made in your life currently? And where are you serving? Are you serving? Or tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, he'd be loading them up. He definitely
How
does.
do I want to start this off, Sean? I think every day, so since I travel all over the state, one of the things I do is I just shut off my radio and I talk to God the same way I'm talking to y'all. I don't pray, just a standard type of prayer. And, I just ask God, hey, who do I talk to? Whose calls do I return? My time is so precious. It's easy for my brain to take over and think I need to do 1, 2, 3, A, B, or C. And I just love how the Lord can order your steps sometimes.
Right.
And but yeah, growing up, I did the whole, an hour a week in church and this and that, and just went on to live my life. And it wasn't until I really started pouring through the Bible, and that was in 2004 or 5. And I remember thinking, oh, this book is going to be out of date.
Right.
This isn't going to be relevant. Yeah. And I was like, holy cow, this is a rule book for life. Everything, business, personal,
all in there.
Work,
finances.
you name it. Everything is in there. And it just literally became something I poured over again and again and again and started utilizing. And some days are better than others. Some days you get more into the Word. Some days you follow more Scripture than you do other days. And it's just one of those things that it's something I think about every day.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
That is awesome. It's very awesome. And so, I think it's important, Sean, and, Mike, to at least let the people, what is your background? And as far as within politics, what is kind of your role? What does your day-to-day look like?
My background, graduated DeSoto High School, went to UT Arlington, have a PR degree, and
public relations.
At the time, I graduated right before 9/11, and that once 9/11 happened, everybody cuts out all the big businesses. No more marketing, no more advertising, no more PR departments. So I ended up working for myself. So I say I have a PR firm. The firm was me. And, I just started hustling and started a lot of business owners I knew started telling them, hey, let me help get you in this publication or help bring in some business. And so my PR, not only was it print and media, it was also going to trade shows, going to networking events, and actually representing their business at these events and trying to bring in sales and just grow their name. And ended up doing, had quite a few small to mid-sized businesses. And then I got some people in the entertainment and fashion and interior design industry, and that was fascinating because what I loved about that versus trying to promote your average business, if it's fashion, design, or entertainment, it's about what's new, what's next, what's hot.
Right.
So that kind of
next
stuff
and hot.
sold itself, and that's where it just kind of blew up, and I was able to then take some time off, a month or two a year, to volunteer on different campaigns. And I always love the underdog. I don't care what party you're in. I'm the kind of person, I like term limits. I don't like elected officials who were there 20, 30, 40 years. That's too long. So I always wanted to volunteer for people who were the underdog, probably didn't have a chance of winning. And over time, I'd volunteer here on communication strategy, speech writing. Then it turned into actual paid fundraising or campaign management. And it turned into a way that I could actually transition this into a living versus just something to do on the side.
Now, I noticed that you said you like the underdog. How do you take your personal ideas? Because you're not actually in a place of, you basically go out to events and speak to people, and you're a word of the people to the person, the elected official, which is amazing. That means you have this sense of molding and sense of adaptability to be accepted and in any environment, and people will talk to you. They'll talk your ear off. I know how you are, but they just feel a sense of comfort about you. And that's why we labeled this episode The Power of Networking, because it really is an art. It's a craft that you have, I feel, perfected. But is there any advice you can give on how important it is to be able to network and how it is to make people feel comfortable for sharing their true thoughts and feelings? Is there any advice you can give for someone to hone their skills on networking and just being comfortable around people?
What's going to benefit them?
I will, before I answer that question, or several questions there, I will back up and say I had to chuckle, at least in my head, when you said that I'm accepted in some of these places I go. In politics, let me tell you, I am not accepted in every group I go, and that you just have to learn that's okay. Not everybody's going to love you. Not everybody's going to like you.
There you go.
And so what I like about that challenge, though, is before I always do research, whether I'm speaking to a CEO, a VP, an activist group, whether it's on the left or right, or whether if it's just, average citizens like yourself who have passions, things they care about, try to do the research, and then we'll agree to disagree on what we have to disagree on, but then let's find what our common bonds are, so at least we can end on a peaceful note. So, but let's see. You had several questions.
Well,
there
sorry about that. That's
networking.
one of my weaknesses.
So
as we know.
advice
for someone that isn't comfortable just going to network, because that's how you grow your brand, your business. What do you say to someone that just isn't comfortable just being around people and building account relationships?
Where do they start?
How do you step outside of that?
Well, you use a key word I think is interesting: account relationships. If you if you have to build accounts, make money, or somehow you're going to have to get over that. And whether that is something as simple as whatever your favorite website is, or the Dallas Morning News, whatever your local newspaper is, read one article from the sports section, something from the business section, something from the local, So at least no matter who you talk to, if there's a lull in the conversation, hey, how about them Cowboys?
Right.
Hey, did you see about the new building? What about the new building going up downtown Dallas? Or you could say, hey, I read about the police department, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
There's something, and what I love,
current events,
to me, networking is what's in it for me. Whereas I like to use the word schmooze better, because schmoozing is just like, just chit chat. And it's not if you and me are schmoozing, we're having fun. Right. It's not about what's in it for me or you. Yeah. It's almost like, how can we help each other?
And we talked about
networking
that,
is more about, hey, how can I close this deal? Who do you know that can help bring me business?
Yeah, that's a good distinction.
That is.
And I haven't told Mike about that, but that's advice for us. We need to be on point with our current events, especially in your local community, so you can bring up
And they don't have to be big. You don't have to go memorize the 20 top things that CNN or Fox News are talking about. It literally could be something local.
It's find something that you can have common interest of speaking on. Like the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yep. It mentioned that one of the great ways to, when you want to, kind of open up a conversation, is to find something that person may be interested in. So if I know that there's a CEO for this company, and I want to speak to him about these ideas that I have and see what he thinks about it, maybe it can help. One thing is, I should know his background. It can be as simple as knowing his favorite
like
sports
what Mike
team.
said.
Exactly.
So research before you get in those settings.
Before you get in those settings. And from there, I feel like you always kind of are ahead of the steps, so.
And it makes you look knowledgeable, and they appreciate, I'm sure other people that are ahead of where you're at, they appreciate you taking the time to learn about them and their background. So those are good points. I haven't heard anyone tell me to research current events since I was made to do that back in high school in civics class, which was a mandatory class to graduate. I haven't ever been told to research current events and present on it since just now, but now you see the value, and why people do it is so that you can bring up conversation that, not everyone knows, but if y'all are in the community of Dallas and stuff's going on, I need to do a better job. We all do, of understanding what is going on in our community, and that's just a conversation starter too. So that's great advice.
So what do you think the challenges are with networking? You had several questions there, so I'm trying to get us back.
Oh no, I guess, because we never know who's watching this show, and the main thing was because you're successful in life, I would say, but your spiritual life is great, but the importance of stepping outside of your shell and being comfortable, being uncomfortable in certain situations, but you have learned a lot from different people just being at these networking events that you can then relay to the political figure in charge. But you've also have to keep an open mind about certain topics, and your personal views might not even represent what, other people are going to in the room.
Correct.
So you have to kind of hold your breath on certain things, but speak positivity, and people gravitate towards you. So
and that's why it's always good to have something else to talk about besides politics.
Right.
Oh, I know, because all these events you talk about, or all these events are catered towards that.
Well, no, not all of them.
Some of them.
There's plenty of events, and I'd be curious to find out, y'all too, with what you do with your show, the people you meet. There's every kind of event out there. I know you do a lot of charity and nonprofit events. There's sporting events. So no matter what industry you're in, whether you're a college kid trying to make a connection for a job, whether you're a mid-level business executive and you need to bring in business, or you're a stay-at-home socialite and you're going to volunteer on boards and committees, there's all kinds of events, whether it's a networking event, whether it's a charity event, community event, to get out there and help find what you're looking for or give back.
That's awesome. And it's not, you have to actually apply yourself to these things. Right. So you have to actually seek, and hold yourself accountable. But the point of it is step outside of your comfort zone and expose yourself to these different events. And just like the DFW Lions Den event that Felicia helped be the PR of that event,
that's basically her event, is the way I say it.
Really?
That's not exactly accurate, but I tell everybody that's Felicia's event.
Yeah, she's a big part in that. And that's a faith-based investor conference where different business owners go and pitch their ideas to actual investors. So
Should be coming up soon.
Small Shark Tank. It is coming back
Yes.
up in March. So we look forward to that.
When are y'all going to pitch your ideas?
You know, we should be ready.
My God.
We should be ready for that.
But it's crazy, too, at that investor conference. These dudes have been putting in work for multiple years, have product, have revenue, and we will have that.
Right.
We are putting together a great business plan that we'll be pitching to investors ASAP, because we have a big project coming up in 2018 that we hope that we can network with different school districts so that we can pour into their school, hopefully,
communities, all of
that.
that.
Yeah. So, Mike, do you have any questions for Michael Flusche at all?
I just, to touch in on networking, I think, okay, so say, for instance, you're going to these events, right? And you're in this social environment where there's tons of people that can add value to your business. You meet the contact. How important is it to follow up afterwards?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I would think with any situation, if you don't follow up, again, you're reaching out to them.
Right.
So it's your responsibility to follow up. So why should they follow up with you? So, you got to close that deal.
Is there any specific techniques to follow up, or like,
especially with technology changing, that like, is texting a proper way to follow up?
Or
is calling, is emailing? What have you seen? Because Mike and I meet so many contacts. We want to do business with these people. We're like, oh my God, we met such a good person. We got to do business with them. We struggle with the best way of contacting someone to get them to kind of be like, oh yeah, that was so-and-so at that event. Is it the next day? Is it text? Is it call? Is it email? What is professional in your eyes? Because it's changed over the years, I'm sure.
I think it would all depend on the age of the person too.
Really?
I'm a little older than you too, so I'm old school. I want a phone call. Don't text me. If I don't know you, what are you texting me for?
Okay.
If you're going to make an ask. And part of it is kind of like, I think what our dads taught us, when you ask a girl out, you pick up the phone, you call her out. These days, I think it's funny, even my friends who are 50s and 60s texting women, you want to go meet for coffee?
Yeah.
It's like,
Call
you're
her.
a 50-year-old man. What do you can't pick up the phone and ask the woman and use the word date? You have to say coffee. So it's the same way with these situations. You got to just tell them exactly what they want. And I think, too, with the more successful the higher level executives are, I shouldn't even say higher level, the busier a person is, the more specific you can be with your ask and let them know exactly what it is you want, then there's less fear of rejection. Or there's more chance they'll actually say yes.
Okay.
That's great advice.
Again, if they're millennials, I think texting's just fine because that's all they've ever known. They've been texting since junior high.
But the older, they expect you to call.
Correct. Hey, I try to get their email, and if they have a secretary, leave messages with their secretary or at their office as well.
That's awesome.
That's really great.
Why have y'all been having some struggles with
I mean, it's really, you meet a lot of people, but more importantly for, just people in general out there, because, I love networking, me personally. I love going to events. I'm a social butterfly. I love speaking to everyone. So, I mean, that's one of my greatest strengths. It's really going into these environments, introducing myself, smiling.
Yeah, you have nothing holding you back.
But following up, it's like you meet so many people, and it starts to it's like, man, it's hard to keep up.
And his excitement is so.
Oh yeah, of course.
After these events, like, you're never gonna believe who I ran into. I was like, okay, when's the follow-up date?
Right.
When's the meeting?
That's how it got to be.
And I get that, and I'll break it down in a couple different specific ways. I think too, again, if it's for job purposes, deal making purposes, I think time is always of the essence. If you any true business person, female, male, whatever, they're always looking to close the next deal, get the next paycheck. To me, don't wait. And if you do wait, your competitor is going to come in and close that deal. If it's something, like I like to volunteer, I do a lot of charitable work. That's something, again, that could be different. Maybe take a little more time here or there. It's not as aggressive. And then if it's just kind of schmoozy, or you meet somebody and, there's something, hey, that person would make a good mentor. Those are the people, again, I think everybody you need to be specific with, though, with what your ask is.
So don't be vague in that. Just just follow up and make it a non-negotiable.
But you guys
are
are busy too. So come on, if I'm going to make an ask of you and be really vague, you're going to think, oh, what does this guy really want?
Right.
Is he trying to get on the show? Can he help me out? What's he trying to take from me?
Right.
Whereas if I just tell you, hey, boom, 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 this is what I'd like.
Okay.
You can either tell me yes or no.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the hardest part too that we struggle with just being in the service industry, because we're in the entertainment industry, but when you provide services, it's if you don't have a specific product, say, hey, we built this, I don't know, new phone that we're going to start selling. Can you help us push this product? Like, now they have to believe in us as people, because we are the service. So when we network with people, it's hard for us to solidify the deal, but strategically get that follow-up, because they're going to forget about us if you don't consistently
that's why
make
you
that
be
happen and solidify the deal, because we're all based off who we are right now. Obviously, as the Giving Excellence movement progresses, we'll have a team put in place to be able to schedule those follow-ups to make it happen. But now it's just a learning process, and the follow-up is something that we constantly struggle with, but we are excited to take on that challenge. And now that you say that, the next day, like, speak exactly what you're looking for and make it known what you need in return, and the value that you can bring them to is definitely encouraged. So thank you so much for that wisdom. We're going to come back to you too, but we're going to air our Giving Excellence Movement commercial. And Israel, go ahead and take it away for us. Giving Excellence Movement is a culture of individuals that are transforming the entertainment industry into an educational platform. Through our variety of services, we bring years of study, personal development, mentorship, and life experiences that not only educate the youth, but also aspiring entrepreneurs to walk as a role model and create positive change within their communities. We see there's a major need in the entertainment industry for powerful young role models that the youth can latch onto and bring about lasting change in not only their lives, but the lives of thousands of others that may need a helpful hand to get out of their current circumstances. Our services include live speaking at schools, businesses, and events, TV show and event host, uplifting music production, brand ambassador work such as commercial advertising, acting, and much more. If you would like Giving Excellence to come provide your school, business, show, or event a boost of positive, sustainable personal development, please inbox us at givingexmovement@gmail.com and visit us at our website at www.givingexmovement.com. We are honored to bring the movement to you and look forward to continuing to transform the entertainment industry into one that can showcase young, professional role models that our next generation can listen to for guidance and support. From Giving Excellence Movement, we love you and know you can and will give excellence in every area of your lives. Welcome back. We got the art of schmoozing champion here, Michael Flusche. I feel like I'm a schoolboy going back to school, learning all of these skills, and I'm just so excited.
I'm going to give you your MBA here by the time I leave.
Oh,
schmoozing.
I wish I could have that. But I know we talked a little bit during the break that you had a little thing to say to the audience. If you could go ahead and share with them what you were speaking about.
Well, I was just thinking, we're talking about networking, schmoozing, and people just wondering, what does that mean, or how do I do that? And again, I think there's different stages, like I mentioned before. If you're in college and looking for your next job, that may be different. If you're have your career, but you're looking to move up, move out, do a different industry, or you're a retiree and you want to volunteer, give back. I think there's different stages of networking that you might be looking to do. But I thought I'd take you guys for an example with your super popular show here.
Yeah,
I know you're always looking for the next executive entrepreneur. Kind of tell me, what is it exactly you're looking for?
Movers and shakers, people that we are gravitating others towards them, and you're a perfect example. That's why we chose you.
How have y'all been trying to find those kind of people currently?
Just going through our list of contacts, continue doing those networking events. I send Mike out everywhere, so we have people that we need to hit. We have people that we actually want to fly in, of course, too. But yeah, that's kind of just word of mouth, different events that we gravitate towards different people.
And obviously the city of DeSoto is a huge resource for you with me and Felicia.
And honestly, the beginning, the first season, because I would say this is the first season.
This is the first season,
of the Giving Excellence show. The first season has really been a lot of relationships that we've already kind of, building with people. So it's been more people we're familiar with. And we thought that was a great opportunity to kind of like, start off the show is like that.
Yeah, because we have a sense of chemistry.
Yeah.
We want people that we have known on a level outside of just the show. I want to build a relationship with someone, each and every person, before they actually come on. Like Mike and I have built a relationship for about a year now. And so we have some sense of chemistry, and that's always enjoyable to have.
Yeah, honestly.
But if you have some advice for us, go ahead and take it away.
Off the top of my head, I think of the Dallas Business Journal. I don't know if you guys subscribe to that or not. It's a weekly, comes out every Friday.
Okay.
And they have different sections for business, for real estate, a couple other sections. And again, it's about what's going on in the community, business-wise, business deal, whether it's legal or what aspect is it. And then they do something every year, the top 40 under 40. And that covers a wide variety of personality types, of industries, and is absolutely fascinating. Yeah. Outside of that, you've got the Dallas Morning News, which has the business section. And again, to me, what company's moving here, what company's moving out, what's cool or different about the Dallas DFW business climate, why are so many people moving to Texas? And again, I think you'll find a lot of interesting entrepreneurs, business owners, on a daily basis, and you might find somebody, and because different, especially the Dallas Business Journal, they host different events, so that you can actually meet. They'll do the top 50 CEOs in DFW. Now, some of these events are free, some you have to pay, but again, no matter what segment you're looking at, whether it's meetup.com, whether it's a Facebook event, there's all kinds of different types of entrepreneurial groups. And a great way to meet people.
But you have to put yourself out there.
Correct, yes.
And prove value. They'll actually come on our show, because that's what we need. We need their value, because we just host. So.
Well, I think a lot of, and plus, it's marketing. Like, if you get an opportunity to share, your story, if they have the time, why would they not want to do that?
I love that movement.
But the great way, too, is in person. It's harder to tell somebody no in person.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
You guys have two really good outgoing personalities.
Yeah, that's true.
So I know you guys know how to close a deal.
Yeah,
right. We definitely do. We definitely do.
Just one off.
We definitely will.
Without further ado, it's Sean Dougherty. This is the Power of Networking /Schmoozing, according to Michael Flusche. But you can follow Michael Flusche and all of his extravagant galas and events that he is the face of. At Michael Anthony Flusche is his Facebook.
We
That's
got
his
the
main
same
point.
Michael Anthony, by
and
the
he
way.
is Michael Anthony Dunn. He's our creative director,
crazy.
and I'm Sean Dougherty, the business strategist. Thanks for dropping knowledge.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Space Studios, for giving us this amazing place to be able to share our voices and our love towards one another. This is all educational for you to hopefully you can apply to your life, because networking and schmoozing, whatever you call it, is very important for you to grow your net worth.
Right.
Net worth.
Your network. What did they say? Your network is your net worth?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I might have coined that one, but it's meant for you to apply to your daily life and to step outside of your comfort zone, expose yourself to different cultures, different events, different places that sometimes you don't always feel like you're a part of, but being able to connect with people and do your research before you go to these things, so that you can add value to them and show your appreciation, so that you're not just taking from them. But thank you for all the knowledge you provided for us, sir. Michael. Thank you for taking the time out on a Sunday, because this is the Giving Excellence Day that we've now coined. Sunday is the day that we try and put in more work than we possibly can handle, but it's all love for you. We do it for you. We love each and every one of you. Every individual has a purpose and passion that they need to live out and have creative spirit, and we're here because of you. Thank you so much. This is the Giving Excellence Movement. You can follow us at www.givingexmovement.com, at Facebook and Instagram, Giving Excellence Movement, as well as our personal pages will be on there as well. But we just thank you so much from Giving Excellence Movement. We know you can and will
always be the best you can be and give excellence.
Give excellence in every area of your life. Thank you so much.
Peace, love, and
Until
blessings.
next time.